Good morning. It's our next to our last day, so I guess day 7. And it's hard to believe tonight's gonna be our last night on the trail. It was really rainy and it got down to 57 degrees last night, so we're glad we had the tent inside the shelter and zipped it in, and it was relatively warm.
Big thunder boomers.
Oh yeah, it rained all night long. This morning the fog was so thick, and we're just in the clouds still. I don't think it's fog, it's just clouds. But we've got 6 miles to go to the next shelter today, and then the next day is going to be an easy day out. We're supposed to have, if it's not foggy, we're supposed to have some nice views, but if it's foggy and or rainy, we may not see those again today. We'll talk to you later. Hey there, we have done an ascent, and from the Jerry cabin shelter, you go a little bit down with the Jeep road, and then the trail goes on. However, it does have a white blaze there, so we took a little side trip and had to come back. There is where someone cut out of a tree so it looked yellow, so we thought it was a side trail, but we were wrong. I think they were trying to be helpful, and in the quasi-darkness, we just totally thought it was yellow. So anyway, we got on the right track, and here we are up in this meadow. As you can tell, we're still in the fog, but it's a pretty wide meadow. We're probably in the middle of it, and I don't know, we probably got about 5 more minutes to go through it. Later. Alright, we're back again. I want to show you these rocks, these boulders. A lot of people think they came down with the glaciers like they did in the Midwest. However, glaciers didn't come down this far. These were actually formed when the mountains pushed up, and then through the years water seeps in and freezes and cracks the rocks. So there's boulders all over. It's called the boulder field. On our way up to Big Butt, which is, I think it sounds like a whole bunch of boulders. So we'll see when we get there, and hopefully you can see it too.
And here's some of the fun rock scrambles that you get to come down.
Hopefully gracefully.
Don't know.
As long as I don't fall on my butt, it's graceful.
Great job, Lise. Sorry, trail snail. Some good rock scrambles that we get to go up.
Hey there, we have come upon the Shelton's grave. The Shelton brothers were both Union soldiers, but they had to cross through Confederacy land to go home for the birth, I think, of one of their wives had a child. And on their way back to the war, they were ambushed, and their graves are here. And there's another memorial for another grave for another person. I don't know that story, but it's a really pretty memorial here in the middle of nowhere. And it's a sad story. Well, here it is, our last night on the trail for 2013. We are at the Flint Mountain Shelter. As you see, we again have put our tent in the shelter. It's really chilly, and it's not even dark out yet. You probably noticed I was in my gloves and my earmuffs and my winter coat. I know, we're from Florida, but it didn't get into the 60s at all today. And our boots are up there drying, and we're getting ready to settle in for the night. Have our little last campfire, chit-chat, songs, games, whatever, and tomorrow's our last day on the trail. See you in the morning. Alright, well, here we are, our last day on the trail for 2013. As you see, we're going to Devil's Fork Gap, 2.7 miles. It was a very cold night, still in some of my thermal stuff, and I took some off, so hopefully when we get going we'll get warmed up a little bit more. And we'll talk to you a little bit later. Maybe we'll stop and see if we can see the salamanders this morning we saw last night.
So as we have a nice kind of level hike, it's really kind of a rocky hike, and you can see why. Here's just a field of rocks. This has kind of been our walkway as we've been going. You can see a nice little tree who's made its tenuous hold here on the entire rocks. Kind of our footpath this morning, a little rocky. But not too many miles to go today. Gonna miss being out here. Well, we have made it to our destination this year, Devil's Fork Gap. elevation 3107. I can say it has been a wonderful, wonderful year. We had one day of rain, but goodness, it was at night and we were in a shelter in our tent. We had this morning of cold, so one morning of cold, one morning of rain, and the rest of the time, fog and great times. Can't tell you how much fun it's been. I hope you enjoyed your trip along with our trip along the Appalachian Trail this year. And this is Snowblazer and
Trail Snail.
Signing off for this year.
Bye.